operating at a level that other general managers can't even comprehend. And by the time this offseason is over, the Dodgers are going to be so loaded, so deep, so out that Yamamoto has pitched a ton of innings. Roki is coming back from injury. Shohei is coming back from his second Tommy John surgery. And all three of them have the same goal, to three-peat. If they didn't pitch in the WBC, it would probably be best for the Dodgers. This is a massive story because it has implications that go way beyond just three pitchers playing in an international tournament. Think about the workload these guys have already put on their arms. Yamamoto pitched over 170 innings in the regular season, plus another 17 2/3 innings in the World Series alone. Those are high-stress, max-effort innings where every pitch matters and every out is crucial. Roki Sasaki battled injuries throughout his career in Japan and is still young and developing. Shohei Ohtani is coming off his second Tommy John surgery and is being managed carefully as he transitions back to being a two-way player. The Dodgers are paying these guys a combined fortune. Shohei's $700 million contract, Yamamoto's $325 million deal, Roki's substantial international signing bonus. That's a massive investment, and the front office has to protect that investment. But here's where it gets tricky. The Dodgers can't come out and tell these players not to pitch in the WBC. That would be a public relations disaster, especially in Japan where the World Baseball Classic is treated with the reverence of the Olympics. You can't have headlines saying the Dodgers are trying to prevent their Japanese stars from representing their country. That would damage the brand, alienate fans, and potentially create tension in the clubhouse. So the Dodgers have to walk a very fine line here. They have to express their concerns, make it clear what they believe is in the best interest of the players and the team, but ultimately let the players make their own decision. And if Shohei, Yamamoto, and Roki decide they want to pitch, the Dodgers will support them, even if it's not what the front office would prefer. And here's why this matters for the offseason. If all three of those guys are pitching in the WBC, it impacts how aggressive the Dodgers will be in pursuing additional starting pitching. If they know that Shohei, Yamamoto, and Roki are going to have heavy workloads in March before the season even starts, they might be more inclined to go out and trade for someone like Tarek Skubal or Joe Ryan. They might be more willing to spend big on a free agent starter to ensure they have depth and insurance in case anyone breaks down. On the other hand, if those three decide to skip the WBC and focus entirely on getting ready for the Dodgers season, maybe the front office feels more comfortable with the rotation as currently constructed and focuses resources elsewhere. This is the kind of high-level roster management that most fans never think about, but it's exactly the kind of thing that separates championship organizations from everyone else. Now let's get into the actual moves, the signings and trades that have already happened and the ones that are about to happen. Move number 1. Robinson Ortiz traded to Seattle Mariners for Tyler Goff. This one caught a lot of people by surprise because Ortiz was just added to the 40-man roster on November 6th, and then 10 days later, he's gone, traded to Seattle in exchange for a 22-year-old right-handed pitcher named Tyler Goff. So who is Tyler Goff? He was a 9th-round pick, stands 6 feet 2 inches, and is a right-hander who posted a 4.66 ERA in Class A Modesto. He struck out 123 batters in 125 2/3 innings, which shows he has swing and miss stuff. But here's the catch. He underwent Tommy John surgery after the 2024 season and didn't pitch at all in 2025. Now, on the surface, this might seem like a weird move. Why trade a guy who had a great 2025 across 3 minor league levels for a pitcher who's coming off Tommy John surgery and hasn't thrown a competitive pitch in over a year? But if you know the Dodgers, if you understand their player development philosophy, this makes perfect sense. The Dodgers love taking young arms with Tommy John surgeries and rebuilding them into monsters. They've done it before. They have one of the best medical and training staffs in baseball, and they excel at helping pitchers recover from injuries and come back even better. Tyler Goff is a project, but he's a project with upside, and the Dodgers clearly believe they can unlock something special. As for Robinson Ortiz, the reality is that he was going to walk in free agency if the Dodgers didn't protect him. By adding him to the 40-man roster and then trading him, they were able to get value back instead of losing him for nothing. That's smart roster management. That's the kind of move that championship organizations make when they're thinking 3 steps ahead. Move number 2, the Dodgers officially signed catcher Eliezer Alfonso Jr. to a minor league contract. This is the first official signing of Dodgers free agency, and while it's definitely a depth move, it's an interesting one. Alfonso is 26 years old, a Venezuelan catcher who spent his entire career in the Detroit Tigers system. He hit 247 in AA and AAA in 2025 with 1 home run and 34 RBIs. He's the son of former MLB catcher Eliezer Alfonso, and he got some looks in Tigers spring training. Does he make the major league roster? Almost certainly not. Will Smith is entrenched as the starting catcher, and Dalton Rushing is the heir apparent. But here's what matters. The Dodgers want competition. They want depth. They want insurance in case of injuries. And they want guys at AAA who can push for a surprise spring training job and keep everyone on their toes. Alfonso brings exactly that. It's a low-risk, high-reward signing that gives the organization another option behind the plate. Now here's where things get really interesting. The Dodgers currently have 38 players on their 40-man roster. That means there are 2 open spots. And you don't keep 2 open spots unless you're planning something. The Dodgers front office is absolutely cooking right now, and those 2 spots are being saved for players who are about to be added. And according to insiders, those additions are coming very soon. Move number 3, and this one is huge. The Dodgers are expected to re-sign World Series hero Miguel Rojas. If you're a Dodgers fan, you will never forget Miguel Rojas' home run in Game 7 of the World Series. That was the moment that changed everything. That was the swing that gave the Dodgers the lead and set the stage for one of the greatest championship celebrations in franchise history. And according to MLB insider Mark Feinsand, Rojas has been an important clubhouse veteran and wants to return. The Dodgers also want him back. This is exactly the type of move championship teams make. You lock in your defensive glue guy, your veteran leader, your utility wizard who can play all over the infield and never complain about his role. Let's talk about what Miguel Rojas brings to this team because it goes way beyond just the home run. He's an elite defender who can play shortstop, second base, and third base at a high level. He doesn't strike out much, which makes him valuable in high-leverage situations. He's one of the smartest baseball minds in the clubhouse, a guy who younger players look up to and learn from. And most importantly, he's a winner. He's been there, done that, and knows what it takes to perform in October. The contract won't be expensive. Rojas isn't looking for a massive payday. He just wants to be part of something special, and the Dodgers are giving him that opportunity. Mark Feinsand believes the Dodgers will bring him back, and honestly, so does everyone who's been paying attention. When a veteran wants to stay and he just hit one of the biggest home runs in franchise history, you bring that man back. It's not even a question. Move number 4, and this is another no-brainer. The Dodgers are extremely likely to re-sign Kike Hernandez. The love between Dodgers fans and Kike Hernandez is real, and it's mutual. This man was born to play October baseball, and he proved it again in 2025. He had 7 RBIs in the postseason and hit 250. He plays 6 different positions at a high level. He brings energy to the clubhouse. He's a leader. And most importantly, he's clutch. When the lights are brightest, Kike shows up and delivers. According to Dodgers Nation reporter Noah Camras, Kike is projected to return on a 1-year, $7 million contract. Honestly, that's a steal. You're getting a proven postseason performer, a versatile defender, and a clubhouse spark plug for less than the price of a mid-tier reliever. That's the kind of value that championship teams find and exploit. Think about what Kike brings to this roster. He can play second base if Jazz Chisholm needs a day off or gets hurt. He can play third base, left field, center field, right field, and even shortstop in a pinch. That kind of versatility is invaluable over the course of a 162-game season where injuries happen, guys need rest, and matchups dictate lineup construction. And beyond the on-field contributions, Kike is the kind of guy who makes everyone around him better. He's always smiling, always engaged, always bringing positive energy. That matters in a long season. That matters in the playoffs when pressure is at its peak, and the Dodgers know that. They've seen what Kike can do. They've watched him deliver in the biggest moments, and they're not letting him walk away. So let's recap where we're at right now. Robinson Ortiz traded to Seattle for Tyler Goff, a young pitcher with upside who the Dodgers believe they can develop. Eliezer Alfonso Jr. signed to a minor league deal to provide catching depth at AAA. Miguel Rojas expected to re-sign, bringing back the World Series hero and defensive wizard. Kike Hernandez expected to re-sign, locking in the ultimate utility player and postseason performer. 2 roster spots still open, which means more moves are coming. And all of this is happening before the winter meetings, before the real madness of free agency kicks into high gear. Here's what's so impressive about what the Dodgers are doing. They're not just throwing money at big-name free agents and hoping it works out. They're being strategic. They're identifying needs, finding value, and making smart moves that improve the roster without breaking the bank or sacrificing future flexibility. They're bringing back guys who know what it takes to win, who fit the culture, and who make everyone around them better. And they're doing it all while keeping an eye on the bigger picture, the three-peat, the dynasty, the goal of being remembered as one of the greatest teams in baseball history. And let's not forget what else the Dodgers might do this offseason. They're still being linked to starting pitchers like Tarek Skubal and Joe Ryan. They're reportedly interested in reuniting with Cody Bellinger. They're always looking for ways to improve the bullpen, add outfield depth, and find under-the-radar players who can contribute. This front office never stops working. They never stop looking for edges. And that's why they've won back-to-back championships and are positioned to win a third. The rest of the National League should be terrified right now. The Dodgers just won 2 straight World Series, and instead of resting on their laurels, they're getting better. They're adding pieces, they're bringing back key contributors, they're building depth, and they're doing it all with a level of competence and foresight that most organizations can only dream of. This isn't a team that's satisfied with being good. This is a team that wants to be historically great, and they're well on their way. So Dodgers Nation, here's what you need to know. 2 moves are already done. 2 more are coming very soon. The front office has a plan, and that plan is unfolding exactly as they envisioned. The three-peat is not just a dream. It's a realistic goal that this organization is building toward with every single move they make. And if you're not already excited about the 2026 season, you should be, because what's coming is going to be special. If you enjoyed this breakdown, I need you to do me a huge favor right now. Smash that like button, hit that subscribe button so we can reach our goal of 12,000 subscribers. Turn on notifications so you don't miss a single update because this offseason is just getting started and the Dodgers are about to make even more moves that will have the entire baseball world talking. Drop a comment below and let me know which move you think is coming next. Are they going to land Tarek Skubal? Are they bringing back Cody Bellinger? What do you want to see happen? I read every single comment, and I want to hear from you. This is going to be an incredible offseason, and we're going to be here every step of the way, bringing you the latest news, analysis, and insider information. Let's go Dodgers. Let's chase that three-peat, and let's make history.